Welcome back. Long time no see. Well, that's the way it goes. I'm going to start a new piece today, just something simple. This is Bradford Pear. And I don't know if you can tell, but it was round when I bought it. This side looks round, but it's actually not. Let me aim the camera down. And you can see it says it's 6 by 3. Well, it is 3, but this way it's 6 inches and this way it's 5 3/4. So it dried out a little bit. I got it a year ago, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to throw it on the faceplate and make some sort of bowl, I guess, out of it. So welcome back. Hang around and you'll see that happen. Later. Okay, here we go. I get worried when I get close to the depth that I want, so I stop often. Trouble with this is I have to remove the tool rest, but it's well worth it. Okay, let's measure that. That is my 1/2 inch or less. 7/16 under, so I don't know what that is. 13, 14 millimeters perhaps. So no more cutting down the bottom. Just get to work and work on the corners. Time for a small negative rake scraper to get in there. You can tell I can see because I'm looking at it from the front of the lathe, aiming at the back side in reverse. When you work like this, it's definitely hard. There's a pesky groove in there where I went too deep with the square cutter. Oh well, that's what that line way in the corner is. Now, I'm worried about going from this section I just did to this section, because this has been drying, so it may be a little warped. But I want to get as much tear out before I have to sand. This is a different color because I put some shellac in here to slow down the warping. There's a bump here, centered there, extending from about there to there. I mean, this is about a 1/4 inch, 5/16 thick. It's not thin, it's just thinner than I really wanted. But it will do. Well, here's the finished product. The little Bradford Pear, bowl. First Bradford Pear wood I've cut. It has sort of a reddish tint to it, and the grain is flat and smooth. Sort of looks like cherry. I did put some red tint in the final finish. I'll tell you about that later. I made 2 mistakes. I got carried away cutting the inside, so I had to stop a little prematurely. It's still like 3/8 of an inch, a centimeter and a half or so. Centimeter thick. But doing that, I've got a flat bottom. Doesn't look bad, but it's not what I intended. I intended a little more curve. And the other problem, you probably can't see it here. Maybe you can, and it might show up on the other foot. Maybe there's a tool mark right at the nuance curve. The carbide tool going down the side. I cut too deep, and I thought I'd gotten rid of it, but I hadn't, so it's there. The wood itself is pretty good. It's got a lot of character. Can you see these spots along here? Here's a few here. Here it goes down. It's like somebody spilled some heavy solvent in there and dyed the actual coloring in the wood. But I think it's more like, this is a wood sort of like cherry but worse. If you sand too hard and the paper gets hot, gummy stuff comes out of the wood and clogs up your sandpaper. So once I realized that, it wasn't so bad. And other than that, it looks good. I like it. It's just a plain bowl. I didn't promise anything fancy. People like these kinds of bowls. They like them. It's about 6 inches, if I hadn't said across. Came out of a 3-inch blank, so it's pretty much 3 inches. That's read the comments. I think it's 15 centimeters across. Anyway, little burn marks here, little edge there, grippy edge. The bottom, it actually rests on this ring, so it's one of those floating bowls. You know, it sort of looks like it's floating 1/8 of an inch off the table. So anyway, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, anyway, this is it. I like it. I still have to put my logo in here with my laser, which you probably won't see, but I'll put it in there. So stay tuned for some pretty pictures on a turntable, which I have just recently found.